I've quite a number of questions, so I'm going to go straight into it if you don't mind. So CHC records 17 hours 15 minutes for a 24-hour shift, and their crews go home at night, whereas Bristow logs 16 hours 30 minutes, but your crews are required to stay at company accommodation. So I'd like to know, why are you only recording 16 and a half hours, and how is this legal, and who agreed that this would happen?
Thank you, perhaps if I may, just to broaden out the contract itself that Bristow have gratefully received and are implementing, requires the crews to be on base. So that is certainly a change from previous iterations of the contract. Whoever got the contract...
Who signed off on it?
So it was part of the tender process.
Okay. And did the IA give certain approval here to factoring, or the fact that crews would be on base accommodation for 24 hours?
Yes, from the factoring perspective, that has been present in Ireland for many years and is covered under Irish legislation issued by the Irish Aviation Authority 058, which allows for factoring, and that has been, there is no change in that in factoring from the previous contract and this contract.
Okay, I read your company's document, COBE, Code for Business Integrity, and it states that your company must at all times be within law and regulation. And I would suggest that at the moment, with factoring and with how you're accommodating your workers on site, that you're not in line with Irish or EU law, and that indeed you could be in breach of those specific laws. I'm specifically referring to Statutory Instrument 507/2006. There's no mention whatsoever in there for factoring. So how is all of this congruent with your legal obligations?
If I can just explain the regulatory environment that Bristow operate in order for us to conduct the search and rescue services that we have been approved to by the Irish Aviation Authority, we have to comply with thousands of pages of regulations that cover a number of areas. Air operator certificate, air carrier operating licence, our approval to conduct maintenance under Part 145, our continuing airworthiness management.
Can I specifically ask, within those regulations, okay, and it's a highly regulated environment, there's Statutory Instrument 507/2006, and this deals with working time legislation for mobile staff in civil aviation. Are you familiar with all the details of that particular statutory instrument?
Yes, in terms of in compliance with regulations, EU and national regulations for the running of the SAR service, we are in compliance with all regulations. And I can make that statement on the basis of thorough legal advice received through our Bristow Ireland Council.
Okay, but you also, away from aviation, you also have to adhere to employment law. And I would again contend that what you're doing at the moment could be in breach of EU and Irish employment law.
Again, Deputy, I refer to the fact that we've had comprehensive and thorough legal advice that has said that we are in compliance with all requirements.
Can I ask, like you said in your opening statement that you operate in various jurisdictions. Is it correct in my research, and you may clarify this, in another jurisdiction which you operate, it was deemed that some of your work practices were in breach of their national laws and European laws. Did you get some underwriting in that jurisdiction from a minister or a government department to allow you to proceed?
I'm not personally familiar with that. I can certainly take that away and come back to you, but I'm not aware of any such details.
Can I ask, are you familiar with the European Directive on Working Time and various European Courts of Justice rulings where if you as an employer restrict the freedom of your employees' working time, it needs to be counted in full?
Thank you. As I say, Deputy, the legal advice that we've received as part and parcel of us coming to Bristow Ireland has been thorough and extensive, and we believe we're in compliance with all.
Thank you. I'll let you back in again then.
With respect, just in conclusion, Chairman, this is not personally, you're doing a fine job representing your company. They should have sent their legal team here, because if my understanding is, and I've read your statement, you deal in the world of regulation and air safety and getting people out there, but your legal team, I would say, have very poorly advised you. They've signed you up to stuff which, in my my opinion, and I've taken legal advice as well, is in breach of Irish and European employment law. I don't think factoring and I don't think the fatigue risk management system allows you just to override those laws that are long established.
Thank you,
and I think they should have had a third or fourth person here today with you to deal with those legal questions. I don't think they're sufficiently answered in the opening statement or here in questioning.